Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace. Welcome to my cooking show, The Natural Cook with Anna Gershenson. Growing season has become my favorite because that's when I have access to locally grown and produced vegetables, fruit, eggs, poultry, beef. So I decided to go to downtown Pittsfield Farmers Market and meet the farmers there. I talked to a few of them. Today, you will see my interview with Julie Lemieux from Windy Ridge Farms. We are here with Julie Lemieux from Windy Ridge Farm. Julie has been quite a fixture at the Pittsfield Farmers Market, and I met her a few years ago. She is a very hard-working farmer, and I want to ask her, why have you decided to be a farmer?
It all started, I actually grew up on a farm, so I've been farming my entire life. But the commercial aspect originally started out as an effort to grow as much of my own family's food as possible after the birth of my first child. And it sort of grew out of control from there.
Well, we're very grateful that you made this decision, and I'm aware of this big effort that you just put into making your farm certified organic.
Yes, we did go for the certification process starting in 2015. We became a certified organic farm. Part of the reason for that is at the farmers market, it's really easy to talk to your customer and explain to them that you don't use any chemical sprays or pesticides. But as the business grows and we wholesale more of our plants, we can't necessarily be there for every customer to tell them that it's organic. So the certification allows us to use the organic label on our product. So when we're not with the customer selling the product at all of the locations, they know it's organic and safe.
This is a great commitment to our sustainable agriculture, and this is why we invite people to come and support this farmers market. I also wanted to know what we can expect down the season. I see that you are now selling a lot of plants that people can grow themselves, including medicinal plants. I would like to know what people who come to the farmers market can expect from your farm during the season.
So we start out with a full line of plants. We encourage everybody to grow their own food. And then throughout the season, we grow a selection of kales and collards and chards and beets and salad greens. We do some microgreens, pea shoots. We do radishes and turnips and tomatoes. And later on in the season, we'll have okra and roselle and watermelons and lots of other goodies. So,
well, we are very grateful to you, Julie, for this commitment, because without people like you, we would not be able to exist. Thank you.
Thank you.
The inspiration for my menu today, especially the first part of the menu, has been the produce that was at the farmers market. I went around and I saw that corn is already on stalls, as well as I saw some peaches and nectarines, cucumbers, local herbs, and I decided to make a raw salad that is perfect food for a summer meal. You don't have to cook, you just throw things together that you pick up at the farmers market, and they still have their energy, all the nutrients, and so the salad was inspired by corn. The corn is actually it grows on like big stalks, and you pick it covered in husks. And that's the best way to keep it in your refrigerator. And when you're ready to cook it, then you remove the husks, and then you can use it. The best way to cook corn is steaming it because it preserves its nutrients. But today we are going to use the raw corn so that we don't have to cook anything. As you see, I have preserved this part of the corn that will help me hold it and shave off the kernels, because when I break it off, then it's not really convenient, and I'll have to rotate the corn in order to get all the kernels off the cob. So what I will do is just take a knife and, holding the corn, start shaving it off the cob. And when the corn was freshly picked, then it is really juicy and fresh, and the starch content there is very minimal. So this is the best time to make this kind of salad and also to eat corn. Right now, I'm shaving the kernels, and they are falling all over the place, but we'll collect them. And I will take the second piece of corn and shave off as well. Let me tell you a little bit about the corn. Corn has come to us from Mexican culture. It has been revered by Mexican, Central American population thousands of years ago, and is still revered. We also have now incorporated corn into our diets and use it not only for nutrition, like eating purposes, but producing ethanol. And I encourage you to look for non-GMO corn, and I'm sure that local producers will let you know whether this corn is GMO or non-GMO. So now that we have our corn, we will put it into it's a bowl in which I will mix all my other ingredients. And the next one will be summer squash. So summer squash is also on the markets. And you know that squashes are kind of notorious for their abundance and people not knowing what to do with them. Actually, squash, as well as corn, is very high in carotenoids like lutein, and it is very good to include it into your diet because of that. And also, the most of the nutrients in summer squashes is located in not only in flesh, but also in its seeds, and especially in its skin. So zucchini, as well as summer squash, they're all very high in nutrients. And it will be better, of course, for you to buy organic since you are using it together with the skin. So here we are going, as you see, I'm dicing this so that I can then add it to my corn and go to the next ingredient. So the interesting thing is that all, like 3 ingredients in the salad that I'm using today are full of carotenoids like lutein, and that includes corn, squash, and also the nectarine that I'm going to use in the salad. And they are wonderful, a wonderful addition to your meal in terms of providing you with the antioxidants that you need to enrich your nutrition. So the next ingredient is peach. Nectarine, actually. There were peaches at the market and nectarines, and I went with a nectarine this time. And it is a sweet fruit, very juicy, so it will add to the juiciness of the salad. And because the salad is very sweet, it's full of sweet ingredients, we are going to tame it with some lime juice. So while I am dicing my Nectarine, I will tell you a little bit more about corn. Corn also is very high in fiber, and that is a really very respectable kind of way to include it into your diet, besides it being like really one of the favorites food in the summer, because it decreases insulin production, and so it is very good for preventing diabetes. Also, corn, we usually eat it cooked, and that is actually the best way to eat corn, because it produces ferulic acid. It releases ferulic acid by being cooked, which becomes bioavailable to you. And ferulic acid is one of anti-cancer superstars. It is in very minimal amounts in fruits and vegetables. But by cooking corn, you are releasing it, and you are actually increasing its availability 500 to 900%. So this is when you are eating your corn. I know that how much you enjoy it, because it's one of the favorite foods in the summer, and people are always going to farmers markets looking for corn and enjoying it, and always having it in their baskets when they return home. So you probably didn't know how many wonderful things corn has to offer to you when you are eating it. The next ingredient we are going to use in our salad is cucumber. Kirby cucumbers are one of my favorites because they are good for pickling, and also they have small seeds, and they are available during the season. I am keeping the rind, the skin on the cucumber, which adds extra fiber, and I will just chop it up, add it to our salad. It will add nice color. It will add juiciness, and it will provide nice crunch to the salad. Another thing that I add to this salad is jalapenos, and our farmers grow jalapenos as well, and you can find them at the farmers market, and jalapeno adds this wonderful spiciness to the salad. And interestingly enough, the menu that I chose for you today and the salad is a part of it, and then the second part will be the avocado mousse. That there were several ingredients that come to us from the Mexican culture, like jalapeno, like avocado, chocolate, corn, as well as summer squash. So jalapeno goes into the salad, and then to dress it up, we're going to add some scallions, basil, and for the dressing, we will mix together olive oil, lime juice, as well as cumin. Cumin is a wonderful spice to add to this kind of salad, because this salad has a lot of sweet flavors, and cumin adds savoriness to it, and so it will kind of balance the sweetness together with the lime juice. Okay, so now we will make the dressing. I start with salt. It will be about maybe half a teaspoon of salt, some black pepper, a few grindings of black pepper. Then I will add maybe half a teaspoon of cumin, a couple of tablespoons of lime juice, and a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'm going to taste it. The taste should be really seasoned, which it is. highly seasoned and kind of tart. And then I will add my dressing into the salad, chop up some basil and scallions, mix it together, and the salad is ready. So you can enjoy it immediately, or you can put it in the refrigerator and have it chilled a little bit and enjoy it by itself or as part of your meal next to a grilled chicken or fish. It will go very nicely with fish because the salad is very, very light. Okay. Mix together. Always taste to check whether the seasoning is up to your taste buds. Very good. I will add a little bit more salt. Salt always brings out flavors that are there, but maybe not evident. One more taste. Excellent. Salt has fixed what I was hoping it will. It never fails me. Let's plate it. As you can see, it looks lovely. It tastes terrific. We will take a little bit of basil to decorate it. And now we're ready to enjoy it. Today we are going to make something that is for your sweet tooth. And this is a very special dessert because it is vegetarian, it is vegan, it is paleo, it has no dairy, it has no gluten, and it has all the things in it that are healthy for you. And the ingredients that go into it is chocolate, avocado, some coconut milk, cocoa, a pinch of salt. We're sweetening it with maple syrup, and all you need is a food processor and a pan here. So first I'll show you how to chop the chocolate. We're using bittersweet chocolate, and the best way to chop it is with a serrated knife. So I will chop it, and then I have already a pan of hot water sitting here in a skillet. You don't want the water to be boiling because the moisture in the water, the steam, can seize the chocolate. So you just want to melt it and let it cool a little bit. And while we are working with other ingredients, that's what is going to happen. So I will put my chocolate into a small bowl, put it over the hot water, and watch it. You don't want to forget it because you don't want to scorch the chocolate. Okay, now that the chocolate is melting, we will work with avocado. So avocado is this wonderful fruit that has fat that's very good for you. When we buy it, I usually buy it not ripe so that I can be sure that it ripens evenly, and then by cutting it along the side, I'm twisting, releasing it, sticking the knife into the pit lightly, twisting it, and then releasing the knife, and the pit goes away. Now I'll use the spoon to just put my flesh into the little food processor. That's all you need. And see how easy it is. You also want to make sure that you scrape everything because most nutrients are actually always closest to the skin. So don't leave anything out there. And as you can see, the skin has actually, the color of the flesh next to the skin is much darker. And that indicates, the brighter the color, the more nutrients the ingredient possesses. So the next ingredients will be coconut milk. I buy coconut milk. When I buy it, I always shake the can because I want to make sure that there is more cream than like coconut water that is there. And when I don't see any kind of sound, I know that there is good amount of cream there. Then we open the can and scoop out the cream. That's the part that I'm going to use. We scoop out the cream. I will take probably about 1/4 cup of it, and it has wonderful coconut oil, and coconut oil is really a great fat in your diet. And islanders who grow coconuts and for whom coconut tree in those parts of the world where they grow them is really like a cow for our farmers. It provides them with everything. So they say that there isn't anything that you cannot cure with coconut oil. We will also add some cocoa. I'll check my chocolate. It is melting very nicely, slowly and gradually. If you want it to melt faster, you can chop it finer. And I also, at the end, take it out and make sure that it cools a little bit. All right, so now we will add a couple of tablespoons of cocoa here. We will also add vanilla that will perfume this dessert. A couple of tablespoons of maple syrup. It's a very nice natural sweetener. You always taste it, and then if you feel it's not sweet enough for you, you can add more. A pinch of salt to balance the yin and yang of the sweet and of the sweet flavor. And with vanilla, we'll start with maybe 1/2 teaspoon, and then we can taste. Vanilla also is a very sweet spice, so it will also sweeten whatever it is that you are preparing. Right here, we're dealing with a lot of bitter flavors. And what's good about this wonderful dessert is that it is so full of antioxidants that you want to include into your diet that will help you neutralize, whatever harm may come from pollutants. Okay, so this chocolate is not really hot. I'm going to add it right away to the food processor and then mix it. And then all you need to do is taste. Isn't it fabulous? So easy and fast. Okay, turn off our stove. All right. Okay, now the time for tasting. Once you made this dessert, you can store it in the refrigerator. You can have it ready in advance, even like a day in advance, and then serve it when it's ready. So let's process again to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Okay. Now it looks like everything is incorporated, and I can have a taste. The flavor is great as it is. I don't really have to add anything. So I will take my beautiful serving containers. You can decide what you want to serve it in. And I will put this mousse into a goblet. As you can see, it serves too generously. It has 2 generous servings. You can probably stretch it even more. Depends on how much of this good stuff you want to eat. But it's rich with the richness that you welcome, and delicious with the chocolateness and vanilla flavor coming through, and with all the good nutrients Also, if you want to clean the blade, you can put the food processor back and run it. And then everything that's stuck on the blade is going to come off right away, and you can just scoop it in. Okay. To serve this deliciousness, we are going to use raspberries. They are also seasonal. We will put them on top. And then decorate with some mint. And you have a wonderful dessert that that complements your salad. So now that our food is prepared, let's talk a little bit about the wonderful nutrients that you have, that you are benefiting from in this meal. So first of all, the vegetables that you are trying to include in your diet should be really varied and coming from different. I'm not talking about like origins and colors. Colors definitely should be bright and different, like yellows and reds and greens, but they also should be vegetables that grow in the ground and on the ground and above the ground. Like today, we had scallions that are growing in the ground, but when you use carrots or beets, that really is great. Then vegetables like zucchini and squash that lay on the ground. And today we used also like fruits from trees and herbs that are also growing above the ground with leaves. And this is very important when you are planning your meal and when you are buying food. Then buy it at the peak of freshness. Make sure that it feels heavy for its size. Then you know that it is really full. It's not something that hasn't ripened properly or doesn't have like enough substance to it. Also, make sure that you are using flavorings that will bring out all the deliciousness in this food. So, for example, today the raspberries are locally grown. Mint is already locally grown here, and it's wonderful for decoration, and the flavors really go well together. So thank you for watching my episode today. I hope you enjoy this wonderful food. Please make it at home and go to my Facebook page where you can watch my episode and also find recipes to make it at home. Thank you. Support for this program is provided in part by Guido's Fresh Marketplace.